So what the hell is going on with the Galaxy S23 series? We need to talk. Like, this phone is so bad, and I don't know, like the last year's Galaxy S22 Ultra, for example, had the, he had the premium feeling. It's the phone I'm currently using now and I'm loving it so much. It had a brighter display, a better quality display, it had better colors, it had the vision booster, it had better night mode photos, the better camera system entirely was interesting and much better zoom over last year. And the unboxing experience was so good, and the phone entirely felt premium, and I really loved everything. The battery, from charging, everything was brand new and everything was improved, to be honest. And Samsung is a company that is really innovative of sorts, and with the Galaxy S23 series, they've lost their entire reputation. I'm not even starting on the boxes. Oh god, they look so bad. Like, in my entire life I've seen many smartphone unboxings, and I have unboxed many myself, but I've never seen one this bad, this ugly. I mean, what is this box? It isn't deserved to be called S at all. And I know it's just a box, but hey, it's their best phone of the year, and that's supposed to be a box. So my first impressions was so bad on these phones at the start. So going on with these phones, like, what happened with the design? They just continued the S22 Ultra design, and somehow they made it worse, because the main three cameras, the three cameras that is on the left, I believe, the 10 times and the main and the ultra wide, they are somehow larger. I mean, you could notice the visible larger than the other one 3 times camera on the right, I believe, and the sensor, I can't remember exactly the name, the sensor and 3 times sensor. So I mean, when you look at the phone from side, you could notice that they don't have the ring around them, and they don't have the design, and you could notice there's 3 cameras, the 10 times, the main and the ultra wide, they just stick out so bad and ugly. So especially in the S23 and the S23 Plus, I mean, the design is so bad, literally. I really hate the design on them. I mean, it's total downgrade from the S23 Ultra. And there's nothing much new. The battery is the same, charging is the same. Well, this is Samsung, the largest display making company, and you know how up to the S22 Ultra, every year they made major strikes with their upgrades on the display. Like, everyday bright display, displays with much contrast, vision boosters, and you name it, higher pixel, high resolution displays, and so much more. But the S23 Ultra, what's happened to everything? Yeah, I think I have an answer for that, so let's go on with it. In order to understand this entire madness, I would say, to get a proper idea on this, we have to look back further in the timeline where the S20 Ultra came out. And everyone knows that when the S20 Ultra came out, they bumped up the specs. The specs was up here, but the performance was rather up here. And the problem was not Samsung's fault, to be honest, because the phone was so high spec. It had a 5000 mAh battery, has faster charging. It wasn't actually a difference, but it had faster charging. It has a high megapixel camera, 100 times zoom, and yet none of them worked, and it was a pain in the butt to get it to focus on an object. And Samsung had to later fix an laser autofocus system on their upcoming phones to fix that. And the 108 megapixel photos wasn't much detailed because of the focus issue, and the 100 times zoom was pretty much garbage. Like, the only maximum you could use is up to 10 times, and that's probably the best you could zoom with the S20 Ultra. And the battery life was terrible, with the charging is being similar to last year. So there isn't much a difference. There wasn't any difference at all with the S20 Ultra, even when the specs was this much high and the price is also hiking up. And Samsung done the same with the S23 Ultra. I mean, it's not the same. You see, the S23 Ultra have a 200 megapixel camera, and that's the highlight and that's the star of the show. And that's the bump of the camera. Like, the tech companies have to keep upgrading these cameras to high megapixel counts, and such only their cameras to keep the market being interested on the company. So they have to upgrade the camera from time to time, and that's what make the people interested on the company. So it is like, in our eyes it's very simple to do that, but for Samsung they have to custom write a piece of software that goes along with the camera, so it does take the most usage of the camera, the 200 megapixel camera. So my guess is that Samsung have put all their resources and all their efforts to that 200 megapixel camera to quickly optimize the camera for that software, so it doesn't mess up like the last time as with the S23 Ultra. So by optimizing the software that goes with the S23 Ultra, I think the camera will be really great, and there will be any issues. And all the upgrades that they have done in this event that they talked about was 90% of them was about the camera, and the rest 7-8% was about the software, and it was about the Snapdragon chip, and the rest 2% was about the other things about the phone. There was no other upgrades, as I said previously. So the camera, they made major strides with their video, 8K at 30 frames per second without any crop. Nice night video that I think is a generation leap from the S22 Ultra. And if the samples I've seen are correct, the photos do have a really noticeable amount of light in them than they had previously. So the photos, videos in night time, astrophotography, everything's looking really great than the S22 Ultra. And this is one of the few times I would say that upgrading from last year's phone is worth for its camera of the success of its phone. So when I mean that the S23 camera is solid and it's the best out there, it is the best, and mark my words, out there. So like, if you're upgrading from the S22 Ultra, to answer that question, if you are a pro photographer like me, and if you want to take the best photos out there, and you want to game in the best way, and you want to game for a longer period of time, I think the S23 Ultra is for you, and I think it's really worth upgrading. But if you don't, if you are not a pro photographer and you just want to snap a photo and want that to be great, and if you want to, like, if you don't play much high graphic games, and if you don't do those things, I really think the S22 Ultra will be good for you for even another year or two. So it's not worth upgrading from the S23 Ultra if you do have those things. But if you do want to get the best camera out there, the best graphic performance games, then the S23 Ultra is definitely for you. And I will leave a bunch of links for the phones with the S23 and the S23 Plus and the S23 Ultra and the other Galaxy books as well in the comment section below, and even in the description, so you could buy them if you want through the description. But let's actually answer the question, back to the topic again. So because Samsung is optimizing this sensor with their software to this phone, I think they've used all their power and energy on this, optimizing this sensor so their camera wouldn't be bad as the S20 Ultra did last year. So technically they have learned from their mistakes, so that's something to be happy about. And because they forgot, I think they forgot to update the design and everything else, and they just disregarded all of them and put all of their energy into optimizing these cameras to get the best out of them. So that's what I think they have done, and that's why I think these S23 Ultra and the S23 series in entirety is it's so bad, and everything in every aspect except for the cameras and gaming. So yeah, that's what I think they've done, so let's go on with it. But hey, the question still remains though. So as I said, they put all the energy into optimizing the camera, and that's just a single department. Samsung has 300,000 employees, like 3 times the size of Apple's, and like, I mean, all of them are not truly optimizing the camera hardware and stuff. So there are definitely teams for design of the phones and team of, I don't know, packaging teams, and there are so many teams. So my question to Samsung is, what have they been doing all this time? I'm sure that they haven't been optimizing the camera sensors. And what's the reason for having such a bad design and such a bad, I mean, it's not a bad design, but hey, the design could have been better. So, and the box, the packaging, everything from, I mean, who designed these colors? They look so boring. So I mean, there's surely a department for that, but I don't think they've been running around optimizing. So that question still remains unanswered. So I would like you to answer that question in the comments down below, and see you later. Bye.